Listen, so their policy is you can't record in here.
You're NYPD now? You're NYPD now?
Always been. Listen,
no.
You have to leave because you're not allowed to record in here.
You want to read their policies?
Their policies that you cannot record in here.
The first line.
Their staff is asking us to remove you, and they... I don't remember you. I don't know.
I remember you.
Oh, that's nice. I hope you like me. Time to go. All right?
Why would I need to leave? I have a right to be here, and I'm conducting business.
No, you're not conducting business. And the thing is that you have to go through...
Read the policy. Right there. I'm handing it to you.
He just told me.
Who is he?
The security guard. The head security guard said that you need to leave, and they have a right to kick you out.
Photography and photocopying policy, right? I'm going to read it to you because if you violate my rights, you can't say that you didn't know.
That's our job.
It's no negotiation. It's no.
So you could just ask anybody to leave a public building just because.
Yes.
They want you to.
They
what
said
if I was
complaints from every staff member on every single floor that you're recording them and you're being a nuisance, and you're not allowed to do that inside the library.
How am I being a nuisance?
You have to leave.
How am I being a nuisance?
You are recording them and you are not allowed to do that inside.
So photography is a nuisance?
Sir,
can I speak to your supervisor, please?
They can't record in here, right? You willing to? Nope. All right.
Read this. Handheld cameras are permitted.
Listen.
First line. Handheld cameras are permitted. This is their rules.
You have to.
Why?
Why? Because you are not allowed.
What crime am I committing?
You're not part of any media. You do not have prior permission to record in here. You now have to leave.
I do have permission.
Step out civilly.
I want to speak to your supervisor.
No problem. He's going to tell you the same thing.
No, he's not.
Tell you.
He's going to honor his oath to the Constitution.
Let's make it back.
I don't want to deal with you because I already got you on camera.
Go ahead.
Cursing me out, so I don't want to deal with you. I don't want to deal with you.
Before we dive deeper, let's set the stage, because what's unfolding here is not your average library disagreement. What starts as a simple, quiet visit to a public library quickly spirals into a constitutional showdown. On one side, we have a calm, soft-spoken auditor, fully aware of his rights and ready to exercise them. On the other, city employees and police officers who seem less interested in the law and more interested in enforcing, well, feelings. Moments into this exchange, policy, not law, is weaponized. You'll notice the shift. The auditor asks legitimate questions, cites posted rules, even shows the written policy stating that handheld cameras are permitted. But instead of addressing the facts, officers lean on vague claims of being a nuisance, disorderly conduct, and staff not feeling comfortable. What's so striking is the tension between authority and accountability. The cop repeats the same line, "You have to leave," like a pre-recorded message. No investigation, no clarification, no reference to a law being broken. Just unquestioned obedience to whatever staff say they want. And this, right here, is where things start heating up. Because when the Constitution enters the room, and trust me, it's about to, those flimsy excuses are going to crumble fast. Stick around. This case exposes everything from selective enforcement to emotional policing, and the deeper it goes, the more unreal.
You just went off of his word, right?
Wants you to respond.
Why are you asking me to leave a public place I have a right to be?
They want you to leave, so you gotta leave.
Okay, what if they wanted me to smack myself? I gotta smack myself?
No, that's different.
Right. I have a right to be here just like everybody else. I'm not being disorderly. I'm walking around peacefully recording. The public workers. Can I record you? Can I record you? So why can't I record the city workers?
They're not city workers.
They work. New York is funded.
They're security guards.
The public library is funded by tax dollars.
You record me all you want.
I can record government workers in the course of their duty. Read case law. You need to read case law because you enforce the law.
My job right now
is
to get you out of this building.
Why? What crime did I commit?
They don't want you in here.
Why would they ask me to leave?
You're being disorderly. You're being a nuisance, and now you have other people watching.
How am I being a nuisance? How?
You were
by simply recording?
They asked you to stop recording.
They never asked me to leave. They never asked me to leave.
Because I can ask him and he can say the opposite.
I have on camera. Have you guys ever asked me to leave since I've been here? Have you asked me to leave? Have you asked me to leave since I've been here? Nope. First thing they said when I came in the building was you can record.
Listen, you can hang out here, wait.
I'm going to wait for your supervisor.
My lieutenant's going to be here.
Why not honor your oath? Why not protect my rights?
I'm honoring my oath.
I'm in a public building.
These nice men called me here, and they called us to escort you out of this building, and that's as far as I'm concerned with
Why would you escort me out the building?
We don't need to continue any more conversation.
You escort me out if I'm being disorderly, if I'm somewhere I'm not supposed to be, if I'm impeding business.
They said you were not allowed to record.
Can I finish my sentence? And it says right here on their policies. Read their policies.
He actually just said you weren't allowed to record in here.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Listen, he's the head security guard as far as I'm concerned.
Read the policy.
And we were asked to escort you out.
Read their policy.
I don't need to read their policy. I don't.
So I'm not
I don't
violating their
abide by the
policy, so why would you ask me to leave?
I abide by what the security
And I'm not
guards
breaking
say.
the law.
Listen, this is a civil matter, and
I don't want to talk to you no more because this is retaliation. You're trying to retaliate against me
for what?
because I recorded you before. So
I don't remember you ever recording.
I remember you. I remember you. You work at Midtown South, right?
It's on my bus bar.
Yeah, I didn't even look at that. I already know.
It's right here.
If I was somewhere I'm not supposed to be, if I was cursing people out, if I was being disorderly, every time I talk, you cut me off.
Listen, like you said,
Me simply recording, me recording is not a disturbance.
You're being a disturbance to these people.
How?
They asked you to leave. I don't know.
Because they don't like what I'm doing? What if they didn't like my shirt? What if they didn't like my religion? They're gonna escort me out of a public building? Because this is a right. It's called freedom of religion. So if I was praying here,
the staff has asked you to leave.
Ma'am,
I don't know what more you want me to say.
If I was praying in this library and they didn't like that I was my religion, they wanted me out because I was praying. You gonna enforce their feelings? Or do I have freedom of religion?
Are you praying right now?
I wanted to.
So
I came to this library for multiple reasons. You want to ask me to leave while I'm praying because they don't like my religion?
What is going on right here? We didn't find you praying.
I'm going to pray before I leave.
This is where things start getting revealing. Notice how quickly the officer abandons the idea of verifying anything. Instead of clarifying whether the policy truly bans filming or whether the staff request is lawful, he jumps straight into personal familiarity. I remember you, he says, as if that alone justifies escalation. For the audience, this is a critical moment. Retaliation, even subtle, is a red flag. Public officials must treat every encounter neutrally, especially when dealing with First Amendment activity. Yet here, we see the officer openly admitting prior contact, and the auditor immediately notes the potential for bias. If you've ever wondered how personal emotions seep into policing, this is Exhibit A. The lack of objectivity, the quickness to demand compliance, and the refusal to review the policy all combine to show an officer reacting to a person, not a situation. Let that sink in as you watch the
which I have a right to do. I can record the government while you're at work.
You'll see what my lieutenant says, okay? How about that? Deal? And then
Sure, that's why I asked for him.
And if you're good to stay, then I'll leave.
The Constitution and the law says I'm okay. What you swore an oath to do.
No.
What does the Constitution have to do with it? Does the Constitution have to do with your job?
Oh.
Does the Constitution have to do with your job?
This has nothing to do with the Constitution.
It does for me. It does for me.
Because they said you're being disorderly, and they're not comfortable with you recording inside here, and they said that you're not allowed to record inside here. We don't have to...
Read their policies. Read it. Read the first line. Read the first bulletin.
They just gave this to me. That last bullet point says no photographs of the staff, other researchers, or certain reading rooms may be taken.
That's what
Okay, they work for the government. There's case law that I can record them.
That's part of their policy. That's what we're here to explain to you. They said that the staff members don't want you recording.
Okay, I'm still not committing a crime. I have a right to be in a public building.
And they have the right to escort you out.
Why would they do that if I'm conducting business?
But you're not anymore. They're asking you to stop.
I am, though, because I still have to file complaints. I still have to file complaints. I still have to file complaints, and I still have to do a FOIA request. And I still want to pray before I leave.
How do you file a complaint?
On the first floor.
First
circulation desk, they'll handle a piece of paper and
do you want to go to the first floor?
I was going there before you guys came.
Well, listen, I have no problem you filing a complaint.
If I was committing a crime, then you have a right.
No.
You can't make policies that violate the law or the Constitution.
Right now?
Yeah, I'm going there. You put policy over law? Since when? Fuck out of here. I recorded libraries in every 5 boroughs, all 5 boroughs. That is not a problem because it's not against the law. You swore to protect my rights. You're supposed to come here and enforce the law, not their policy.
This floor? One more floor? Okay.
Am I being detained?
You're not in cuffs. No, you're not.
So I'm free. So I'm free.
No, you
Am I being detained?
You have to leave.
Am I detained for a crime?
Being detained means you're being stopped and you're under investigation.
Am I being detained for a crime?
I just explained to you, not being detained. You do
all right, then, so that means I'm free, right?
I feel like she's explaining things.
Am I detained for a crime?
Come on.
Am I detained for a crime?
We're going to go downstairs and you can make a complaint.
You can go wherever you want. I'm free. I'm not detained.
We are going downstairs, and you can either leave or you can.
The auditor calmly presents the library's own written rules. Handheld cameras are permitted. This should be the moment everything clears up. Policy says yes. The officer says no. So what does he do when shown the printed evidence? He ignores it entirely. This is a classic maneuver. When facts challenge authority, authority doubles down. Instead of acknowledging the contradiction, the officer insists the auditor must leave simply because staff want him gone. But in a public building, want doesn't override rights. It's alarming how casually the officer dismisses the posted policy, refuses to read it, and clings to the staff's feelings as justification. This moment is a window into a deeper issue. Many officials enforce rules they don't understand, assume policy equals law, and hope compliance comes easier than questions. If you've ever seen someone weaponize ignorance,
I'm not breaking the law.
Escort you out because you
No,
are
they don't.
exactly violating.
No, they don't.
You're violating the
No, they
staff
don't.
members.
I have a constitutional right to record in public. It's called the First Amendment. It's called the First Amendment.
You gotta get out.
You know what the Constitution is? The highest law of the land. You can't put a fucking library's policy over the Constitution. Are you crazy? You swore over to the Constitution. You didn't swear over to the library's policy. And if they deny me public services, I'm gonna sue them. If you violate my rights, I'm gonna sue you. You ain't swear over to the library's policy. You forgot what your oath is to? The Constitution. Smug ass. Took an oath for what? Where's your lieutenant at so I can speak to him?
He's on his way. He's on another job.
He probably has more pressing matters than somebody exercising their rights in a public building. Listen, what? Are you gonna honor your oath?
It is what it is. I'm
So what
honoring
is
my
it?
oath. They
No,
asked
it's
me
not.
to escort you out.
Let me ask you a
Right here,
question.
You violated their policy.
Let me
yes
ask you
or
a
no?
question. Can you put that
Yes
policy
or
over the
no?
law?
Did you not violate their policy that's right here? circled
What's
in
higher,
color for
that
you?
policy or their law?
This is their right. This is their building. This is their
This is our
establishment.
building. It's the people's
This is
building.
their establishment,
It's a
and they
people's
have a right
building.
to escort
It's
you
a
out.
public
now, I'm
building.
here to do this civilly. You want to come?
What law am I breaking?
Do you want to make a complaint?
Yeah,
Walk away
don't.
from my
Yeah, avoid that
lieutenant?
question.
Come on.
Avoid that question. What law am I
I've
breaking?
already answered you multiple times.
What
You're
law am I
being
breaking?
disorderly. You're not
How?
under arrest. You
How
are
am
not
I
under
being
arrest.
disorderly, ma'am?
Because you're violating
recording?
their policy.
Photography
right here,
isn't a
right
crime
here.
in
Look,
public.
No photographs of the staff, other
Photography
researchers,
isn't
or
a
certain
crime
reading
in
rooms may
public,
be taken.
and you can't
wanna
turn
know
photography into.
Why'd you show us that piece
You
of
can't
paper?
turn photography
now that
into
we
a
pointed
crime.
that out, now it doesn't
You
matter.
can't
Now
to
the
show
piece
you
of paper
how
means nothing.
because I record in libraries all over the city.
You're contradicting
because I have the right
yourself.
to.
You're contradicting yourself.
No, I'm not. I'm following the law.
Yes, you are.
The law that you swore to protect. You enforce the law. You enforce
what we're
policies.
doing.
So
That's
what
what
law
we're
am I
doing. We're doing
breaking?
our job.
What law am I
being
breaking?
disorderly.
How? By
Oh, the
recording?
lieutenant is right here.
Okay. Is he going to help me file my complaint?
He keeps saying he's violating his rights, that we're violating his rights because he's clearly breaking their policy that says no photographs of the staff, other researchers, or certain reading rooms may be taken. And he's saying we're violating his constitutional right that he's allowed to record in here, and their policy doesn't matter. And he requested you because
How you
we're
doing?
violating his rights.
All right.
See, the conversation hit its philosophical peak. The auditor tries to ground the discussion in legal reality, oath, constitution, rights. The officer? He shuts it down immediately. This isn't accidental. When officials feel cornered by facts, they retreat into authority. Watch how the officer reframes everything as a civil matter, as if constitutional violations are optional. He claims discomfort equals disorderly conduct, and suddenly peaceful filming is reframed as a threat. It's a subtle but dangerous shift. The citizen is calm, the officer is irritated, yet the officer claims the citizen is the problem. And this is why oversight is essential. When those in power rewrite reality on the spot, rights become conditional. The auditor's frustration isn't aggression, it's clarity. And clarity is the last thing authority.
I have the right to redress my government.
I know, but you have to do that. You could probably file a complaint outside, but you have to leave. They don't want you here.
Am I breaking the law?
Well,
Nobody asked me to leave. You guys are the first person that came up to me.
you have to leave.
So if I don't leave, I'm going to get arrested?
Well, yeah.
I need to hear you say that. If I don't leave this building, what's going to happen?
They're going to prosecute you.
You're going to arrest me?
No, the New York City Public Library is going to prosecute you.
Okay, so I have a reasonable amount of time to leave, don't I?
We're actually now. Can you please leave?
Okay, I can't leave through that way. I got to leave through this way.
Which way, that way?
And I still need the information that I came here to get.
I'll give you
Are you going to help me with that?
Yep. Whatever you need outside.
All right. I need all your cards.
Yeah, cool.
And all of your names. So you're saying that you could just trespass people from public for no crime?
They don't
No
want
crime.
location.
No crime. It doesn't matter what they want. I'm not breaking the law.
You have to leave, sir.
You going to help me get my information?
Absolutely.
So you
This section exposes something powerful, logical inconsistency. The auditor tests the officer's reasoning with hypotheticals. What if staff didn't like his shirt? His religion? His mere presence? The officer can't answer. And that silence speaks volumes. Good policing requires consistency. If you remove someone today for filming, what stops someone tomorrow from being removed for praying? Or reading the wrong book? Or simply existing in a way someone dislikes? Rights aren't based on comfort. If they were, the Constitution would collapse under the weight of everyone's personal preferences. The auditor is forcing the officer to confront the danger of selective enforcement, and the officer's inability to justify his stance shows just how fragile